Welcome to the Dripping Springs Toastmasters Pandemic Edition. Today's guest is Daniel Matz, the best of the best. Dan, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Nicole. It's an honor and a privilege to be on this episode.
An honor and a privilege?
Absolutely.
You clearly don't know what we're doing today.
That's right.
I'm kidding. Dan has been a member of our club since last year sometime.
Yes.
When did you join?
It was the beginning of 2019, I think, January maybe, something like that.
Wow, so you've been with us for well over a year.
Yes, and then
No, that's true. It can't be true because we met you after the contest, and then you came to our club after the contest. Wasn't that like in March?
Oh, it was in March. Okay, it was early last year.
It was early.
But then I took on VPE starting in July.
And there's no going back now. Like you're totally.
No, coming up on a year of that spectacular joyride.
What are you trying to say, huh? It's been amazing.
Yes, it is.
And you joined Toastmasters in 1983.
Yes, I did. That's when I originally joined.
What were you,
I was
12 years old
in
then?
Arlington, Virginia. What's that?
Were you like 12 years old when you joined?
Just about. I probably looked like I was 12 years old. I was actually 27, I think.
Wow. So you've been doing this for 30-ish years.
30-ish, yes.
And in that time, you've earned your Distinguished Toastmaster 2 times.
Yes.
And
the first one was much easier than the second.
Why is that?
Well, because when I first joined, there were only two manuals. There was I don't know if it was called the basic manual, and it had 15 projects in it, not 10.
Wow.
And just at the point where I had completed 14 out of 15, they changed it so you only had to complete, they changed it so it was only 10. So pretty much like the most recent CC manual, very similar. So I was immediately qualified to be a competent Toastmaster, is what we called it back then. And then there was an advanced manual that I think also had 15 projects in it. So all you had to do to be a DTM was complete those two, give at least 3 presentations to outside organizations, and serve a year as a district officer. So I was an area governor, and boom, 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 1987, I got my Distinguished Toastmaster Award.
Wow, that's amazing. So it took you.
And then over the years, things evolved, changed, got more complicated. And in particular, you had to do a it was called an advanced, they call it HPL, there we go, High Performance Leadership Project. And that was the one thing that was holding me back. But when they started threatening to, moving into pathways and all those things were going to go away, I decided get my butt in gear and complete that and get my second DTM. So now it's time to start thinking about pathways and getting a DTM in pathways. So why not?
Yeah, you should do that. Lead the way.
All right.
That's awesome. So you are a business coach for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Tell us more about what you're working on with that right now in this time of pandemic.
Well, I'm learning a lot about Zoom and working remotely, because that's something I have been sort of interested in over the last several years. And now is sort of the perfect time to really take advantage of that. It's been available for a long time now, but I think people are more and more available. They're at home or they're working from home.
They're more available because there's nothing else to do right now.
Right, which is kind of crazy, but and I'm hearing, rumors that they're going to try and start things back up again pretty soon, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we will.
So yes, so I
mastermind group that you're putting together, right?
What's that?
You have a mastermind group that you're putting together.
Yes. So one of my, you were going to talk to me, ask me about advice, and one of my basic piece of advice for people is do something. All right. Last year I wrote this. I actually have this on my vision board, which is right up here where I'm looking. You don't have to do everything, just do something. And so action is more important than studying or planning. Do something, get started down the path. And I'm saying that to myself because my tendency is study, 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 study. And when I have everything in order and I know exactly what I'm going to do, then move forward. And I recently heard a online speech from a guy who I don't remember when, a long time ago, 20 years ago, he was the international speech champion, the world champion of public speaking, Craig Valentine. And he was talking about, that saying, on your mark, get set, go. Most people get stuck at get set.
Yeah.
And they don't go. And so this is an opportunity to go start working on new habits, new patterns in your life, being more active. There's no reason we can't be getting outside and exercising, and you can't go to the gym, but there's lots of stuff you can do at home. And then these days of apps and everything else, there's plenty of opportunity to go for it. And so the mastermind I'm putting together is going to be studying a book called Traction, which is, the subtitle is Getting a Grip on Your Business. And so I've found that a lot of small business people just kind of jump into it without really getting the foundation or putting together a plan. And so this is an opportunity to really take a look at where you are with your business and then develop some plans and put some things in place so you have a solid foundation. So when things get back to normal, which they are going to, you can really get moving forward.
Awesome. So that's what you're doing with the mastermind, right?
Yes.
And this really is an opportunity for anyone who has a small business, anyone who's an entrepreneur, who is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, anybody who is unemployed right now and doesn't know what the hell to do with their time.
Yes.
It's an opportunity to really make a plan, right? To get set, but also it is the doing something. It's doing something and taking some action. And I agree with you. And I found that when I am super unmotivated to do anything, if I just find one next right step and take that one next right step, the step after that appears and the step after that appears. So it's just getting into motion that creates energy and lets things happen.
Right.
I think it's awesome that you're putting this group together. I think I definitely want to join. I have that book, Traction, and I've started reading it, and it's really, I think even if you don't have a business, it's really useful for kind of organizing your mind and your thoughts about how you make decisions about what to do next in even your life. So anyway, that's I would say Awesome. Good job. Anybody who's interested should definitely join. And we'll send out, Dan has a PDF with all the information on it for how to join this group. And it's free, right? It's still free now?
Yes, it's free. It's going to be 6 weeks, and it starts next Friday, April 24th, 9 a.m. Central Time. And if that time is not convenient, I'll make the recording of that available.
Kick-ass. Awesome. So we'll send all those details out.
Cool.
So you're a business coach, you're a dad, but you're also a singer.
Yes, well, singing has been something I have always enjoyed doing, and I have for many years. I was part of my church choir, and more recently I was in the Wimberley Community Chorus for when they have like 3 sessions every year. So I got to sing in the 4th of July a couple of years ago. That was an amazing experience, where the Wimberley band and chorus get together and we do all these amazing patriotic songs, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. One thing that I know about music and how we learn is that we can use music to help us remember information, that it connects with us emotionally, and because there's a rhythm, a melody, and lyrics that go with it, it becomes ingrained in our mind. So something I know you've been working on, Dan, is combining your love of music and singing with your ability to give really sound quality advice in these small little sound bites that we can then sing back to ourselves again and again, so that it becomes ingrained in our mind and we can actually make the changes that we want to make in our life. To demonstrate this, Dan and I have talked about some of the struggles that I've been going through. Now, Dan is a business coach, but he's also a dad, and so he is great at really offering up the kind of life advice that a woman like me needs during this time of pandemic. So Dan, I want to start with my first question. I am recently divorced, and yes, I've been doing my own inner work to get over this, but sometimes it is still a struggle. And I'd like to know what you can tell me about getting over this breakup. How can you help me, or how can I help myself get over this breakup?
Well, in the immortal words of Frankie Valli, big girls don't cry, so don't cry because it's over. Big girls don't cry, smile because it's over, but you have a new beginning. And big girls don't cry, and you're not pregnant, so enjoy the freedom of being single.
That's amazing. Big girls don't cry. I'm hopeful that means that I'm a grown-up and not a big girl, but whichever. And I'm not pregnant, thank God. That is a major win. Major. Excellent. Excellent advice. Thank you. I will remember that. Big girls don't cry, and I'm not pregnant. Thank you. Okay, next issue that I've really been struggling with. Again, it's pandemic. Things are shut down. I can't be with my people. I have to be with my kids a lot more than I'm comfortable with. And I have turned to a familiar coping strategy, alcohol. But it's becoming kind of a problem, and I'm a little concerned. So I'm not quite sure how I should process this coping strategy in my life. What could you say about that?
Well, one of your prior guests, Craig Sprout, recently posted on Facebook that he was going out to buy booze for the next 2 weeks for the 3rd time this week. So I can understand that some people may be struggling with this. So let's just remember, red, red wine, it's proof that God loves us. Red, red wine, we all want to be happy. Red, red wine, sometimes you need a drink.
So what you're saying is just do it.
Take action, but if it gets to be if it gets to be too much, I think Andrew could be of help because he's now certified as a remote counselor or something like that, isn't he?
That's right. That's right. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting session. That's a plug for Andrew.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So that really does help with two of my issues. The first one, just be thankful I'm not pregnant, right? And I don't need to cry about this anymore. I can be happy that it's over. The second one, just do it, man. If you need a drink, just drink. And talk to Andrew if it gets out of hands.
That's right.
My third issue, and this one, again, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Pandemic. I'm in the house all day. I'm doing a lot of emotional eating, and I'm eating a lot of crap, and it's messing with my digestive system, and also it's messing with my sleep. So I'm not sleeping well. What should I do?
Well, I don't know how I'm going to sing this one, Nicole, but there's age-old advice to never take a sleeping pill and a laxative on the same night. So just remember that. It's very important. It will not be fun in the morning.
You gotta sing something. I'll never.
I've got to sing something, okay?
I'll never remember.
Let's see. It's a good song about sleep. I don't know. How's that Beatles song go? I can't remember it.
You can't remember.
Early in the morning when I wake up, I'm still asleep. I'm still yawning. You know, you need to give yourself an opportunity during these times to sleep in sometimes. How's that?
That's good. All right. Never take a sleeping pill and a laxative on the same night, but sleep in, especially
right.
if you forget that advice, because you don't want to deal with what's coming in the morning.
That's right.
Dan, thank you. That's amazing. This is an excellent skill set. I think you should definitely combine singing solutions in your business coaching to help people remember the advice.
Ah.
Final
I'm going to
question
work on
for
that.
you. Yes, please do.
All right.
Final question. How do you hope or think this pandemic will change us?
Well, unfortunately, I think one thing that's going to change is people are going to have large stores of toilet paper somewhere in their house. And the positive news is recently, last week, I went to H-E-B and they had toilet paper. That was the first time in a month. It was on the shelf and they didn't have any signs up or anything. So I thought, well, I should be able to get two, but they only sold me one. So, but it was better than nothing, right? And then I had to go to Home Depot and I walked in there and they had a big thing of toilet paper. So I scored toilet paper twice in the same week. That's pretty amazing sign of progress, I think. And I really think that the toilet paper manufacturers are going to get rich off of this, just like hand sanitizers and Zoom,
Yeah.
And these are the kind of things that impact the market and that we need to be paying attention to. Also, unfortunately, I don't think most people have the capability of storing gasoline, but if we were smart, we would stock up on gasoline because that's really cheap right now.
That's true, it is. Does gasoline go bad?
It can. I think it loses some of its properties over time because I know when I used to have a gas lawnmower, you had to drain it in the fall, or otherwise put some kind of treatment in there, or it wouldn't start in the spring.
Huh. I didn't know that. I have all these empty glass jars that I've been collecting. I thought maybe I could fill them up with gasoline.
That's probably not a good idea. I have a an electric lawnmower now, and I like it, although, as I learned yesterday, sometimes it takes a while for batteries to recharge.
I want to give a shout out to Dan. You came to my house yesterday and mowed my front yard and my 2 side yards, my backyard and my side yard, which is a ton of area. And he did it with an electric mower, like he's saying. It was incredible and amazing and so kind and so generous of you to offer that and do that. Thank you. And
You're
everybody
very welcome.
Well, and take the example from Dan. Like, you can get exercise anywhere, doing anything, and you can combine that with service. Do something for your neighbor, do something for your parents, do something for your community, and get out of your house, exercise, move your body, use your brain. Thank you, Dan. That was awesome. And thank you for your time. Thank you for this interview. Thank you for sharing your singing and your dad advice and your business advice. You guys, check out the PDF that we're including in the interview notes. Check out Dan's mastermind group. If you'd like to join, send him an email. And if you know someone who would be interested or who would benefit from this, please share that information with them as well. Because Dan is also a small business and an entrepreneur, and we are all doing the best we can right now. So let's support each other. Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you, Nicole. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Oh, you too.
All right.